Aubrey. Are you excited to do part 3 of our job interview series?
Yes, I am. This is going to be really fun. I have this weird something to admit that I actually
Hmm.
really love job interviews. I think most people kind of dread them, but I've always had really
Yeah,
good experiences and I feel like I kind of shine in a job interview. So I love them.
that's
I have only good
fantastic.
memories.
Do you, so if you love job interviews, does that mean it's easy for you to like speak about your accomplishments? I think that's difficult for a lot of people too. They feel like they're bragging or something. So I feel like that can be scary for some people. Do you find it easy to talk about your accomplishments and your strengths?
I think that is a big part of it, that
Yeah.
I'm not the type of person to brag about myself. So I think I really enjoy that in an interview, you're
Yeah,
supposed to. So I
totally.
kind of embrace that as like, this is an opportunity to talk about where I shine and my strengths. And
That's
yay,
true.
yes, I love it.
I love that for you guys, for students watching. Look at this as an opportunity to, like
Yes.
Aubrey said, look at this as an opportunity to compliment yourself, to be proud and talk about it. Because, well, A, you have to. And B, you should be proud of yourself and your
Yes.
accomplishments, right?
Yeah. You never
Um,
get to brag about yourself. So take
I
this
know.
opportunity.
I love it. I love it. Okay, so today, guys, we are talking about not something that a lot of people do talk about as far as like you having the power to choose what you're interviewing for, right? You are hopefully at a stage where you can choose who you want to work for, what kind of environment you want to be in, and it is important to do that, to take that control and be a little bit choosy when you're applying for jobs.
Yeah, I think that's the trick. And I didn't do that as well when I was younger. I was
Mhm.
not sure what I wanted to do.
Of
So I
course.
wasn't being picky or choosy. I interviewed for a lot of jobs and got some jobs that I quickly realized, oh, this is maybe not what I want to be doing,
Yeah,
which that's not the
definitely.
time to figure that out, right? Figure it
Yeah.
out before the interview.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So that's what we're talking about today, guys. This topic, which you don't hear people talk about, but we think it's very important for you to feel empowered and know how to choose the right job. What kind of questions should you be asking yourself? And what kind of questions should you be asking the company? Right. So today, guys, we're going to dive into this. Before we continue, I want to remind you that you can find out your business English fluency level for free. We have an awesome quiz you can take. Again, it's all free materials. Go to allearsenglish.com/work quiz and take the business English quiz. Okay, let's get into this. So, why is it important to ask yourself these questions before applying for a job?
Yeah, just like my situation, that's worst case scenario. If you start a job and realize it's not what you want to be doing, that is not good on your resume for your experience to be at a
Right?
place for a very short amount of time. That doesn't look good to
Totally.
employers. If you've wasted time with the interview process and starting this job that you're probably going to end up leaving. So you want
Yeah.
to save yourself that time, save this company that time and investment in you by figuring that out before you ever start seeking interviews.
Exactly, exactly. We want you guys to look at this as an opportunity for growth, for fulfillment, and to realize what you really want to do. You have to be self aware, you have to be mindful, you have to ask yourself questions before you enter into this big process of filling things out and talking to people and researching and blah, blah, blah. So before you're even starting all of that process and that time, let's talk about some questions you should ask yourself. Okay. So, first of all, ask yourself, why do you want this particular job? Right? What is it about this position that appeals to you, that maybe makes you feel joy or interest or curiosity? Like, what are you excited about? So let's use ourselves as an example. Of course, the last job that we applied for was at All Ears English, right? Because we're here now. So I know I was really excited because this job seemed to use all of my not just job experience, but life experience, right? Having traveled
Mhm.
and lived in other countries and familiar with other cultures and languages. So getting to use all of that plus, the paper qualifications of the master's degree and whatever, like bringing all of that together excited me.
Yes. And it was similar for me. So I'm going to share the opposite. I started a job and I wasn't there very long when I realized I shouldn't be here because I hadn't thought that through, right? It was at a factory and it ended up being just like menial tasks. I was only thinking about the paycheck when I
Yeah.
interviewed, and
Right.
it's not enough, right? Like you said, you have to think about your goals. Why do you want that particular job? There has to be more to it than making money, or it just isn't going to last usually, right? So if I had thought
Exactly.
that through, why do I want this particular job? I would not have had a good, clear answer other than money, and I would
Totally.
have looked elsewhere because there were other options.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And sometimes you do just need to take a job for a paycheck.
For
We've
sure.
we've been there,
Oh
right?
yeah.
We've all been there. And that's fine, right? So what we're talking about today is if you don't have to just take a job for a paycheck.
You have options.
Also ask yourself, what do you like about the company? Because it's not just about the position requirements or tasks or responsibilities. It's also about the environment, the company values, what do they believe in? Because their perspective and values will decide how you are treated as an employee and what kind of people you will be around as well. Like
Totally.
again, right here at All Ears English, we are all very uh growth mindset oriented. We really value connection and people and learning, right, and moving forward in life, and that's reflected in what we get to do.
Yes. And you also want to think how you will be able to use your strengths, your zone of genius. Like you were talking about,
Totally.
Jessica, you knew that you would be able to bring your strengths to the table, be able to use them, and they would be advantageous both to the company and to you being able to continue to grow. It was the same for me. And that is huge. Are you going to feel challenged? But also, are you going to feel valuable to the company? Are you going
Yeah.
to feel like you're bringing experience and a
Yeah.
skill set and that you're
Totally.
useful? That's huge.
Because that leads to respect, right? And
Right.
we all want to be respected by our coworkers and by the people that we are working for. So I want to note quickly that zone of genius phrase. It is in the vocabulary, guys. If you look at the description below this video, you'll see some of the vocab and you will see the role play we're going to do in just a minute. So zone of genius is just what you are naturally good at. What are your natural strengths? And hopefully you get to utilize those because that feels good. It feels good to be good at stuff, right?
Seriously.
A couple other vocab words, guys. Advancement. This is a great noun describing the ability to move up to higher positions, which is also something to think about. Are you able to grow in this company? Can your role grow? And performance expectations is another phrase. This has to do with what you might ask the employer or the hiring manager. What are their desired goals and outcomes for you? Being clear on expectations is vital before you start a new job, right? So quickly, guys, before we get into the role play, let's run through some questions that you can ask the interviewer or the hiring manager. Are there opportunities for advancement or professional development? That's very important. I think we all value learning, right? And growing, and you have to be direct in asking that.
Yes, exactly. And to use that, the vocabulary advancement is so impressive instead of saying,
Totally.
can I get a raise? Can I,
I know.
be a manager? To say, what are the opportunities for advancement is such a high level
Exactly.
way to ask about it.
And it's polite and formal, right? Because
Yes.
you don't want to be like, so like, when can I be a manager or
Right.
what, like that? Yeah, don't say that.
Less formal.
You can also ask, what are the performance expectations of this position over the first 12 months? And again, you're establishing clearly the expectations and outcomes that they want to see. So, can I do that?
Right.
Do I want to do that?
Exactly. Get as much information as you can. And this, we talk about this a lot in our business course. The business professionals we interviewed talked about this. In an interview, it's very important that you show you have researched the company. You know a lot about them. You understand what they're expecting. Make sure that you're asking informed questions, not just like, so what do you guys do here? Right? Ask a question that
So
shows
what
that
do you
you
guys
have,
do here?
that you know something about the company, you know something about the role you're applying for.
I like this place. I like
do
what
you
you've
guys
done
sell
here. What is it? What exactly happens here? Yeah, don't be that person. Okay, the last question, guys, and you can note this down, write this down. Can you tell me about the team I'll be working with? This is also, of course, something that Aubrey and I are very grateful for here at All Ears English. You do want to know the people you're going to see day in and day out, depending on how intense the job is. You might be spending more time with your coworkers than your family. You know what I mean? Like you should suss that out before signing on. Okay, so Aubrey and I are going to do a role play now. This is a conversation that might happen at the end of an interview when it is the candidate's turn to ask questions like we've been talking about. Okay. Again, guys,
interviewer. You be the interviewee. Ready?
Okay. Guys, I just want to remind you the role play is in the description under the video.
Nice.
Okay.
Okay. Now, at the end of the interview here, do you have any questions for us?
I do actually. Are there opportunities for professional development here?
Great question. As a company, the education and development of our employees is of high value. We offer paid time off for continuing education, 2 classes per year, as long as you can justify how this will help you grow as an employee or help us reach our company goals.
That's incredible. Can you tell me a bit about the team I might be working with?
Yes, of course. You would work most closely with 2 people. Gina Martinez is in marketing, and you'll work closely with her to hone ideas for new products. She is second to none in identifying the strengths and weaknesses in new product ideas, and she doesn't hold back when she describes them. She's not abrasive, but just extremely honest and direct.
Excellent.
Then there's Jim, who handles the coding, making your ideas real. He is kind of quiet, but very sarcastic once you get to know him. There's also never been a deadline he didn't meet.
Wow, that's fantastic. Thank you. I love these people already. Gina Martinez, Jim, I'm on board. I hope I get to join the team. Okay, guys. So definitely watch this video a couple times, especially the role play part, because you can, again, look at the role play under the video, guys. Say this out loud, mimic us, practice, right? That's how you're going to be ready for your next job interview to sound super confident and very natural as well. Guys, remember, you can take our free business English quiz. Find out where you are at. Is your business English fluency at a 50%, 65%? Are you 80% fluent? You can find out, guys, allearsenglish.com/work quiz.
Awesome. This is really fun. Good luck on your next interview. Practice so you're ready to use these excellent strategies.
Awesome. All right, Aubrey, I'll see you in the next series.
Yes. Bye.
Bye.